Miss Robinson, this gentleman for a while was your boyfriend.
Yes.
And the co-defendant used to be his girlfriend, then wasn't his girlfriend for a while, now is his girlfriend.
No.
Or he had both girlfriends.
We were all in a relationship together.
Nice.
Nice. Okay. So basically, what we have here is what a lot of people are into these days, and that is what we polyamorous or polygamy or however they want to say it. But I don't know if that actually qualifies as right. It's not polygamy. I think if they're all in a relationship together, I think it's polyamory. I'm not, fact check me if I'm wrong. Whatever, do your worst. I don't care. But basically, they're in a relationship, right? And I want to highlight this because the fact that they're in court, I think, should be a sign for people to realize how bad these situations can play out. And this is just toxic. I'm just going to be honest. This is toxic.
He decided, Mr. Penn, that he just wanted to be with Miss Green. Or they decided.
Can I explain?
It really isn't terribly relevant. He's with her, not with you anymore.
Yep.
And it is your claim that Mr. Penn owes you for the balance of a loan that you made to him while you were all in this relationship together.
Yes, ma'am.
And the loan was to fix his car.
The loan was for him to replace the car.
Now, at the time that he was replacing the car...
So, okay. I'm just going to be honest with you, right? I'm not so, I'm not pro polyamorous relationships, right? And that's where I'm not with the whole, same-sex thing or whatever like that. Live your life however you want to, but I'm not really pro that, right? But polygamy is something different, I consider. That's where the women are in a relationship with you and not with each other. So that's something different. There's nothing specifically that says that there's anything wrong with that. So, with that being said, one of the conditions of that is that I'm personally not interested in it, number one. And number two, I believe that you have to at least be able to provide for both women. What this is, it's a Pookie. These women are in a polyamorous relationship with a Pookie. So let's just be for real. No offense, my guy, but I'm just saying, you in a relationship with two women and you borrowing for one of them. I don't think that's the way that's supposed to go. Just saying.
He was, according to him, driving you daily between Brooklyn and the Bronx. Was that to work?
No, ma'am. He was not driving me daily at all. The reason why he had to replace the car was that he was taking me home from a date that we were on, and he crashed his car. And that's why I lent him the money to replace his car.
That's insane. That's insane, bro. That's insane.
Do you come from either Brooklyn or the Bronx?
I live in the Bronx.
What's in Brooklyn?
They live in Brooklyn. He was not driving me daily. He drove me back and forth once in a while. Once, I was going to see them, or he was taking me home from being with them in Brooklyn. It wasn't daily, so I have kids, so it couldn't be daily. It was maybe every other weekend or on the weekends.
So on what date did you give him money to replace the car?
December.
How would y'all feel if y'all parents was involved in some mess like this? I'm just so glad I don't have to deal with that kind of embarrassment. That's crazy. That's crazy to me, number one. And number two, I got another question. When you give your significant other money, is it really a loan, or should you just really accept that you're not going to get it back? If we just being honest. That's just a question.
27th, 2017.
We're now almost 2 years later.
Yes, ma'am.
And how much money did he give you in that 2 years?
$150.
And when did the two of you break up?
In November of 2018.
And when did he give you the first money?
He gave me the first payment on 12/20/2018.
Now, Mr. Penn, what did you make that payment of $150 for?
There was no payment of $150, ma'am. That was just money given to her.
Just a second. A payment is when you give somebody money. You gave her $150 in December of last year. What was it for?
For her pockets.
For what?
For her pockets. Like it was for her.
I don't understand what that means.
Like it's for.
Judge Judy, basically, let me play translation for you. Basically, what he's saying is he did not make a payment on that loan. What he did is he just gave her some money. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. Whether it's true or not, but what he's saying is that money was just for her to have some money in her pockets.
Like she had no money in her pocket, and I gave her money.
The two of you were no longer a couple in November.
Correct.
So what were you giving her money for in December?
She asked for it. We were still, at the time, we were still friends.
How much money did you give him to buy the car?
I gave him $2,000.
I'd like to see it.
And I also have text message proof, too.
I'd like to see it.
Okay. Oh, and this is proof of Western Union from him sending me the money.
He sent you $130.
Yes, and as you can see, the conversation from the text messages, he's telling me to download an app so he can send me the money, the remainder of the money. We agreed on every 19th of the month. Sorry.
Mr. Penn,
Judge Judy is so no nonsense. I love her. But yeah, that's insane. This is insane. Like, my problem with this is, it's like, you can't sit up here and pretend to, like, people want to sit up and live like kings, but then you can't even do the kingly duties. It's a reason why kings had multiple wives, because they could take care of multiple wives. You know what I mean? Like, it's something, like, come on, man.
Miss Robinson give you $2,000 to buy a car.
No, ma'am.
How much did she give you?
She gave me a little over $1,500.
Do you have proof that you gave him $2,000 for a car?
I just have the text messages I have, and I also have the cash withdrawal from my savings account on the first paper that I gave you from the bank, which we both went together to the teller.
Just a second.
It's actually for $2,017.60, which is a fee that they charged me for taking it out of my savings. And he was actually with me on the day of.
Okay, $2,000 it is. That's $1,850 on the loan. Now, you still
Man, receipts, man, receipts.
have the car?
No,
What'd you do with it?
I didn't do anything with it. It was stolen.
It was stolen?
Yes.
And you had no insurance?
I had insurance.
Did you get any money for it?
No.
Now,
That means you only had liability. So, like I said, man, this guy's a Pookie. I'm not saying that to be mean or degrade him, but let's just be real.
let's get to the assault charge. There is an assault charge. You have a claim against Miss Green. She has a claim against you.
Yes, ma'am.
And I see from the text messages that things were acrimonious between the two of you for a while. And for some reason, you wanted to go over to Miss Green's house, where she was staying with Mr. Penn, to get some things that you had left there. What things?
My belongings. So I left.
What things?
My portable DVD player, my kids' clothes, their toys, my makeup, and some of my belongings.
So you leaving oh my God. It's not ugh.
Belongings, you just told me about.
Freaks, man, freaks.
Belongings. What else? Your kids' toys, your portable
My clothes, my makeup, my shoes, my portable DVD player. Just
Well, what did you keep in your house?
my house?
Yeah.
I have my other things at my house. These were the things, like I said before, I was going back and forth to their house on the weekends with my kids and things. So I left clothes at their house so that way I wouldn't have to keep bringing my things back and forth.
So I'm understanding that you would take your children. How old are they?
Well, both of my daughters, one is 10 and one is 4.
So you would take your two girls over to your boyfriend's house where he was living with his other girlfriend.
So they don't live together. She has her own place. He has his own place. So when I would go
So where
over
would you go? Would you
to
go to
her house.
To her house?
No.
and then to his house. It depends on where we were. So I would spend some time at her house, and I would spend some time at his house. And we would just split it in between, and they would come to my house. So we were just all over the place, I guess.
All over the place is exactly the truth. This is pathetic. And on top of that, it's not even like you with a cream of the crop guy. This is a guy that you got to loan money to. Like, I thought golly. And then these,
Certainly seems to be.
Stupid.
You went over to get your things, and an incident happened between the two of you, and you each claimed that you were assaulted by the other.
Yes.
I just want to know whether either of you has any medical record to show me.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
I want to know whether either one of you has a police report to show me.
No,
No, ma'am.
I want to know whether either one of you saw immediate medical assistance in an emergency room.
No, ma'am.
That's not an assault. Now, punitive damages for slander is what you have.
How much money do you want to bet that this lady is accusing her of slander? And I'm saying this because usually what'll happen is a lot of people, they like to throw just shotgun charges in order to basically get their point across. And it's basically like, just shooting darts at the wall and hoping whichever one sticks. So it's like, I'm just saying, because if we look up the definition of slander, then it's the action or crime of making a false spoken statement damaging to a person's reputation, right? Let's bet. Like I said, let's bet.
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of slander?
So Miss Green will go on social media when we were going through.
Show me what you perceive to be slander.
I'm the truth, guys.
These were some of the messages that my friends sent me.
Can you females please stop leaving your children with the new boyfriend? Thank me now. That's not slander, guys. That's not slander, and I guarantee the judge is going to agree with me. That's not slander.
From her page, I had blocked her and removed myself from her page.
It's not slander, it's just nasty. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $18.50. Counterclaim is dismissed. For assault, we're done. Thank you very much.
She didn't even let the other she didn't even let the other people talk. But yeah, that's just insane. I mean, this is just why people try to glamorize this polygamy and polyamory and all this kind of lifestyles. And this is the truth. This is the dark side of it. It's not all glamorous. Like, people are selling y'all a lie, and it's just, I don't know, man. Golly, Jesus Christ, stupid.